in there.
Um,
Okay, there you go.
There you go, Scott.
oh, okay, thank you. All right, I think I can hear a little bit better now. Sorry, you guys, there was a lot of background noise.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Mike's on.
We're all muted now.
What I was saying is that I'm seeing some trending in folks talking particularly more passionately about their public spaces and how they want and see them governed. I'm seeing some things I think are a little more ambitious than I'm comfortable with, but we need to, as communities, work those things out. And one of the interesting twists is how localized those decisions are becoming. And we're going to see this a lot. One of the interesting twists as we restart the country is that it can't be done in a way to favor individuals the way our system usually works. From a health perspective, it has to be done thoughtfully and equitably, or people are going to get hurt and the backlash will be insufferable. So the system has to walk on pins and needles to help us get started up again. And I think the system is a little bit, when it comes to equity, is being held a little bit at bay by this, because actually the communities of color in the areas that are hardest hit are the ones that are going to need the most action in moving forward. And health has placed a focus on that equity. So I see that coming together with the twist in governance. I wanted to just mention one other thing over on our part of the board. Now that this is all going on, I'm reminded of some policies that are about to become a part of the governance framework of the city of Fort Lauderdale. Down just a little bit underneath the Wuhan thing there, supporting new city policies in Fort Lauderdale. So our comprehensive plan is the framework for all the laws that get made and all the decisions in our city. And last fall, as it was getting wrapped up, I got asked by the staff to jump in and do some edits, and so we did get a Parks and Rec policy now that says the design of new public spaces shall include the community throughout planning and design. We also have a health equity policy now that requires folks to consider the social determinants of health when they're making decisions about our parks, our infrastructure, or any city policy. And then in our transit policies, we got into urban trails, placemaking activities, specifically mentioned, and then some specific amenities that we hope to target. I know Marie Pierce is on the line, an urban trail project she and I have both been working on, and some other stuff. But I bring this up because we want to get a placemaking declaration. It won't be a policy like this, but these are the types of things that folks can advocate to do in their local governments. I don't work for the city of Fort Lauderdale. I'm not a planner. And all of a sudden, I found myself working with the planning staff writing policy. If you don't ask, you won't get a yes. I promise you that. So I did just want to kind of throw that out there, that it might be a little bit of a unique situation, but I will encourage folks to go the distance when they want to bring something forward and make it a long-term decision for their community. I'll turn it back over. Thanks, Monica.
Thank you.
So there's a lot of contrast between climate change, community engagement, the global pandemic, coming out of the global pandemic as Scott was defining it. I think maybe we should be talking about the more inclusive elements of the declaration that reflect those kinds of those kinds of insights.